Many people want to learn how to succeed despite fear on some level. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some coaching so that you can do just that. Coming up. Welcome to another episode of Fearless and Power Tube. And if you're new to the channel, I create videos all about winning at life. And those are videos on self-help tips, the subconscious mind, and more. So if that sounds like something that you're into, consider subscribing. So succeeding despite fear means that you have to take action. This is where we all fall down. So on some level, you want to achieve something. You want to succeed at something. There are a lot of things that we want to succeed at. We all have different goals. You might want to change your career. You might be going in for an interview for a new career. You might want to improve relationships or go after relationships. You might even just want to lose some weight. All of these things mean that we're taking risks, but we tend to procrastinate when we fear something. So what is it that we are fearing here? Well, most of all, we are fearing failure. That is the biggest thing. I did create a video on this and I will link that here below. The main thing here is that we are afraid of failing on a passive level in our subconscious mind, and this is what stops us. This is what prevents us from moving forward, and we procrastinate so much. So if you have ever procrastinated on one of your goals, tell me here in the comment section below. I'm really interested in what you are working on. So our mind seems to go immediately to the worst case scenario. This is what stops us, and oftentimes mothers are doing this every day with their children. They're always thinking about how their children are going to get hurt. So we see that this is something that's ingrained in us, not just because of our mothers who are worrywarts, but it's something that is happening more on a human level. You see, it's the amygdala in our brain, and it's there to keep us safe. And this is why we don't take risks. Our mind plays tricks on us, and it keeps us safe. But the thing is that there's so many people who want to achieve so much more in their life that they're so afraid of moving forward. So what do we do about this? So since this fear is on a subconscious level, it's time to start asking ourselves questions to bring it to a more conscious level. So to start here, get yourself a piece of paper and a pencil. I want to ask you this first question. Where in your life is fear stopping you from succeeding? So the next question that will really help give you clarity is, what is the worst case scenario that can possibly happen by you moving forward in this goal? What would be the consequences of you taking this action? What would your life look like if you succeeded? And what would it look like if you didn't take action? So for us to overcome these fears, we know that we have to bring them up from a subconscious level on the surface so that we can examine them and dissect them. This is where we will find clarity. These questions are meant for you to discover what you can do to start taking some actions despite your fear. Fear is something that is very primitive. It's in us all, and it's meant to keep us safe. But we want so much more in our life, right? We realize that there must be more to our life, but we have to stop this fear from overwhelming us and creating this procrastination that completely causes us to be handicapped. You know, I created fearlesspursuits.com because I too had a great deal of fear when it came to creating the lifestyle that I wanted. There were so many things that I wanted out of life, but I was just too afraid to go after them. I can think back to the time when I was competing as a physique competitor. That meant literally standing on stage in a bikini, half naked, with thousands of people looking at me. So my mind went to the worst case scenario, and I thought of what would happen if I failed. And I thought about how humiliating it would be. I would have to go back to my city and go back to my gym and see all those people and face them and knowing that I failed. And I realized that I knew that I had to do this and that I had to give it my best shot. And I won, but it wasn't easy getting there. But I can think back about so many other things that I was frightened about. Even standing before you in front of this camera, I still have a great deal of fear. I have fear of failure with my business. Creating an online business is not something that everyone can do. There's a small percentage of people that actually succeed in their online business. So I had a lot of fear around that. I had fear with my divorce. I had fear of homeschooling, fear of raising my children up as a single mom, fear of moving from one state to another state. So I completely understand what fear of success is, but successful people know that you must act in spite of fear. This is the only way that you'll ever be able to achieve your goals. So I encourage you to take notes and find some clarity. I hope these questions are going to help you create a great amount of success in whatever your goals are. Thanks so much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in watching more videos about self-growth and self-help and winning at life, be sure to subscribe. That's all I have for you. This is Sharon Koenig, and I am out.